What's going on, everybody? So I got a very special episode to tell y'all. Also, I'm excited, man, because this April will be my newest series will be coming on HBO Max. I got a lot of stuff coming on HBO Max. It's called Good Luck Charlie Goes to High School. So I pushed the date back because the Jesse series that came out, and I ain't want back to back, them type of Disney series coming out like back to back. So I had to push one of the series back. So I decided to do the Good Luck Charlie Goes to High School. Obviously I'm the star of it. The story is surrounded around me dating Charlie. She's a teenager. She's not a little girl anymore. She's like starting ninth grade. And yeah, so it's a really, really good series. I mean, the whole cast from Good Luck Charlie is in it. It's definitely lit. So getting prepared for the red carpet for that will be in this story as well. So I want to highlight y'all. It's a lot of things I want to talk about. And I want to say before I get into this episode that I try to tiptoe and be very careful about certain things that I speak about because I ain't want to like offend my family and all that shit. But the reality of is people gonna say how they feel about me regardless. People, when they see or they think they seeing a real me, when they see me in another universe, how my family treats me it's very bad. They don't take me seriously and none of that shit. You even got shit, got my nephews, throwing little jabs at me on the low, what I'm saying, trying to impress females and shit. And I think that's really fucking lame. I think that's lame that you would try to embarrass your uncle in front of a fucking girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how lame that is, you know what I'm saying? So when I see shit like that, when I'm seeing the other Davids go through that type of shit and I'm like rich and I'm successful, I can't wait for this biopic story to come out. I can't wait for a lot of shit to come out. So the look on their damn faces it's gonna be fucking priceless. It's gonna be very priceless. So I cannot wait for a lot of shit that's gonna hit the fan. Cause when it do, it ain't nothing they gonna be able to do. They just gonna be sitting there looking dumb as shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, my love life and careers in a parallel universe. Let's get into this episode. So I remember, on the set. No, was I? No, no, I wasn't on the set. I was taking care of something. What the hell was I doing? I'm trying to. Oh, I was with Regine. Sorry about that. I had to figure out what I was doing. I was with Regine. So I was with Regine, and she was like, "My mom is about to come over here." I'm like, "Your mother?" Oh nah, I ain't too good with moms. She's like, David, what are you talking about? Don't you live with your wife Jenna? Ain't her don't her mother and stuff live with you? I'm like, yeah, and she don't like me. So it's like, wait, her mother don't like you? I'm like, I don't know. She might like me. I don't fucking know, and I really don't care at this point. So she's like, why don't she like you though? Like, I don't get it. You so nice and sweet. I'm like, well, I feel like with mothers, when their daughters is branching off and living their life, I feel like they want their youngest daughter to stay their youngest daughter. And the reality is that your youngest daughter is not your youngest daughter no more. She's a grown ass woman. So I think that Jenna mother just gotta realize that she's a grown ass woman that can make her own decisions. She's a mother now. So it's like you have to realize that your baby daughter is not a baby no more. You know what I'm saying? And I think she needs to understand that that's what she's not getting. So that's what's really bothering her. So Regine was like, "Oh, she mad about that? That's stupid though. Like, why would she be mad about that?" I'm like, let me tell you something. People be mad about the dumbest shit. But she's like, "But wait, David, I want to ask you something. Ain't one of your premieres tonight like your red carpet? Don't you gotta get ready for one of them?" I'm like, yeah, the Good Luck Charlie is gonna be hitting HBO Max. She was like, you got a lot of shit on HBO Max. I'm like, well, I signed a big contract with HBO Max. She was like, so okay, so is that a movie or is that a TV show? I'm like, no, Good Luck Charlie Goes to High School is a TV series. She's like, wait, I heard of that show. Ain't that, is that a Disney show? I'm like, yeah, it's a Disney show. She like, you bringing a lot of Disney shows back, cause then you bring that Jussie shit back. I'm like, yeah. She's like, is it gonna be a second season? I'm like, yeah, it's gonna definitely, yeah, it's gonna be a second season. So she's like, okay. Rumor has it that you had got Scott Jackson pregnant. I'm like, I ain't get that fucking girl pregnant. She was like, so why is she running around telling people that? I'm like, I don't know why she running around telling people that. I mean, I ain't been speaking to Scott Jackson in a minute. But I know we're gonna be filming together, in a few more months. But I don't know, man. I'm definitely gonna nip that shit in the bud when I see her, though. So she's like, "Yeah, you better nip that shit in the bud, cause I'm your fucking girl, not that little bitch." I'm like, "What's that supposed to mean?" She's like, "Well, I'm supposed to be your chocolate bitch." I'm like, "Oh, really?" She's like, "I mean, at least that's what you say when you inside of me." I'm like, "Yeah, that is what I say. I say a lot of things when I'm inside of you." She's like, "You are so nasty. You know that?" I told my mother how nasty you are. I'm like, "Wait, you tell your mother how much I beat that pussy?" I was like, "I don't tell her that. That I definitely leave that out. Like, I would never discuss with my mother like how I fuck." I'm like, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Yeah, that's really creepy and also weird as shit." Like, who the fuck? I mean, I know daughters that's close to their mothers, but it's like it's to my mother about how I'm having sex. That is so damn creepy. That is weird. And why the fuck would you want to know how your daughter get fucked? Like, you know how creepy that shit is? I'm like, yeah, that is creepy. It's like that shit is weird as shit. You know those type of mothers that that can't realize that they just old as shit. I mean, even if they do look good, even if they look good for their age, they can't get a grip on the fact that they just not the same. Like, you're not a fucking teenager no more, but they want to be a teenager so bad that they act like they're a teenager, and then they try to be friends with their daughters. Don't you hate that shit? I'm like, yeah, I mean, I hate that shit. It's like, yeah, my mother, she don't be trying to be friends with me. Like, she is definitely a fucking mother, like, all the way. Like, she is a mother. A lot of people be thinking like my mom be trying to act like a teenager. My mother be acting her fucking age. She do not try to be no damn teenager. She know how old she is, and she act her fucking age. She's just a pretty ass mother. That's just, my mother is a very good looking mother that has a body and stuff like that, but she doesn't try to act like a fucking teenager. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mother don't even have TikTok. Like, my mother don't even get on that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how many mothers be on TikTok? That shit is creepy as shit. I'm like, it is like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even want to be on TikTok if my mother was on TikTok. If my mother was on TikTok, I wouldn't even want to get on TikTok because it would just feel fucking weird knowing that my mom is on TikTok. Like, it just would feel awkward. You know what I'm saying? Just knowing that my mom is on there, and what the fuck would you actually do on there? I'm like, yeah, that's true. It's like, I mean, I just don't get how mothers just can't realize that you're a fucking mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You wanna, you don't want to let your youthness go, but you're like not a fucking teenager no more. So it's like you need to really realize that. So I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She's like, yeah, I really hate those mothers. The fathers do that shit too. Try to be friends with their sons and shit, trying to, bond with their sons and not realizing that you're not a fucking teenager no more. Your son is a teenager now and you ain't shit. So I'm like, damn, that's how you feel about fathers? She's like, that ain't what I mean. But David, that ain't gonna be for you. Cause you always gonna be a damn teenager. That's the good thing about you being not a regular person. Because you are always gonna be a teenager. Which is, you're gonna have to explain to your kids why the fuck you stay young. You know how you're gonna have to have them talk with, she's like, you're gonna have to have them talks with them, like sit them down and talk to them, because they're gonna be wondering like, why the fuck David, like, why do my daddy look young? He just look young all the time. And another damn thing that I want to say before I get deeper into this episode is that all the Davids are not like me. All the Davids, are not like me, which means that some of them still have birthdays. There's 5 versions of me. I'm the version that don't age. I'm the version that's seen God. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm the real David Sims. So the other David Sims that my family see and stuff like that, that's a duplicate of me. That ain't the real fucking me. You see what I'm saying? So you be getting fooled you've been getting fooled for a long time. I'm talking about for many damn years, thinking that you talking to the real David. But it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We progress in this bitch. Let's get back into this fucking story. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, I know I'm gonna have them conversations with my kids. She's like, what you gonna say to them? I'm like, I don't fucking know. They not teenagers yet. They babies. When the time right, man. First of all of my kids are advanced babies. You know what I'm saying? She's like, what the fuck do that mean? They advanced babies. What did that mean? I really don't know what that means. What do that mean? I'm like, it means that they already gonna know why the fuck I stay young. Like I'm not even gonna have to tell them that. They already gonna know that. So she's like, what the fuck? They got chip in their damn body or something? Like, what do you mean? I'm like, I mean that they have my sperm, which means they already know that I'm not a normal person. I don't have to tell them that shit. So she's like, okay. Okay, I get what you're saying. I'm like, yeah, so I won't even have to sit down and tell them that shit. They will already know. Now, my kids will have to tell their friends why the fuck I stay young and why the fuck I don't age. Yeah, that would be that, but I wouldn't have to necessarily tell my kids a damn thing. So she like, yeah, okay, I guess you get, I get what you're saying. So me and Regine, we had sex, and I mean, Regine Carter, ever since we kind of did that movie and stuff, we have been really close and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. And at first, when I first met Regine, she was kind of like, she was kind of defensive because she didn't really know how I was going to be. She thought I was going to be a diva because I'm a big celebrity and stuff. She thought I was going to be hard to work with. But once she seen that I wasn't hard to work with, she loosened up and everything. She started, acting like herself more and everything like that. Once she started to learn more about my background, she started to realize, like, damn, like, he is a serious man. You know what I'm saying? So, and after I was done having sex with Regina Carter, she's like, um, I just want to say I love you, and I mean, I do want you to meet my mom, but if you feel like it's too early to meet my mom, it's okay. I'm like, I mean, I just feel like it's not the right time, baby. I do love you, and I want you to know that I love you, but I don't think it's the right time right now, okay, honey? She's like, David, I completely understand. I'm like, you do? She's like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't want to rush you to meet my mother. If you feel like it's not the right time to meet my mom, it's okay. Like, I understand, but eventually you're going to have to meet her because you did get me pregnant. And I had to, I mean, she knows and stuff. So it's like, you're going to have to meet her. Like, she wants to meet you. I mean, she knows about you. She know you famous and stuff because of your movies and music. Like, she definitely knows about you. But what I'm saying is, like, eventually you're going to have to see my mother. I'm like, okay, I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, but I mean, I get it. I mean, I mean, you feel like it's not the right time, and I understand. I'm like, you sure you understand? Because girls say that, but in the inside they be pissed. So like, David, I'm serious. I do understand. Because I'm one of them girls. If if I'm pissed that you don't want to see my mother, I'm definitely gonna tell you that I'm pissed that you don't want to see my mother. Like I'm definitely gonna let you know that that's how the fuck I feel. So I'm like, okay, she's like, I ain't one of them girls that you gotta figure me out like a fucking riddle or you know what I'm saying? I ain't one of them bitches. Like I'm definitely a girl that's straightforward with shit. Like I don't let you I don't tell you one thing and I mean something else. Like I'm not one of them bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm telling you something, that's just how I feel. Like I do understand why you don't want to meet my mom. Like I get it. It's too early. You know what I'm saying? Like I would never do that to you and then you come and see me again and then I got an attitude. Like I ain't one of those girls. Like, no. I know those type of bitches that play mind games and shit. And I ain't one of them girls. I really hate them girls that they tell you one thing and then they mean another. Like just bitch, just tell them how the fuck you feel and stop playing all those mind games. Like if you gonna be angry if he gonna do something, just say that shit. Stop acting like you ain't gonna get angry, but in the inside you know you gonna get angry. You know what I'm saying? Like bitches need to just stop playing fucking games all the damn time. I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. She's like, yeah, I ain't one of them bitches. So I'm like, okay. So yeah, me and Regina Carter, we had sex, which was good, by the way. So I'm in the car and I'm like getting a lot of phone calls, and I remember I got the phone call from tnerra mom, and tnerra mother was like, David, David. I'm like, who is this? She was like, it's your aunt. I'm like, who the hell is my aunt? She was like, your aunt Wanda. My daughter is in labor. Tanera, your wife, she's in labor, like she's having the babies. I'm like, right now? She's like, yeah, right now. I'm like, all right, she ain't in no hospital or nothing. She's like, no, your personal nurses are here at the mansion. They told me to call you. So I'm like, all right, I'll be there. So I get there and she is in labor. She's like, David, you here? I'm like, I know, yeah, baby, I'm here. I'm just calm down, relax. No, I told you I'd be here, baby. She's like, baby, it hurts. I'm like, I know it hurts. I mean, you had babies before, right? It's like, no, but this baby, David, these babies feel different. I'm like, yeah, that's because my sperm ain't normal. It's like, David, is it gonna kill me? I'm like, no, it's not gonna kill you. It's like, David, I feel like I'm dying. Oh, it hurts, David. David, it hurts. I'm like, I know, baby. I'm here. God damn, you squeezing my hand hard, baby. It's like, it hurts, David. Ah. So she has the babies or whatever at the hours and hours. I mean, like, it was a lot of hours of good thing it was the morning time though when I went there. So she was in labor in the morning time. So that was a good thing about this whole thing. So she had the babies and she was really like weak. Like she was weak. She couldn't hardly really talk. And she's like, I'm like, baby, I know you probably can't talk right now, but we gotta name the babies. She's like, okay. I'm like, one of them got me named David Jr. She's like, don't you got another one already named David Jr.? I'm like, yeah, but one of them always got to be named David Jr. So she's like, fine, okay. Which one do you want to name David Jr.? I'm like, we can name this one David Jr. It's like, okay, and what do we name the other ones? I'm like, whatever we want. So she's like, yeah, but you're gonna help me, honey. I'm like, yeah, I am gonna help you. She's like, okay, so what are we gonna name the other ones? The other three babies, what are we gonna name them? So we named the babies. I'm not gonna tell you the name of all four of our babies. Just know that one of them is named David Jr. And I already know what you're gonna say. Didn't you name the one that you got with Jenna Ortega, David Jr.? Yeah, every girl that has my babies, one of them is always gonna be named David Jr. So I don't give a damn what you say. Okay? I don't give a fuck. I'm always gonna do that. Like it's a reason why I'm naming one of the twins David Jr. Everything I do is for a reason. So anyway, I'm like, look, tnerra, baby, I know that your ass can't get out of this damn hospital bed, but I gotta take you back to the mansion with Jenna Ortega. It's like, Dad, I can't move. I'm weak, honey. I can't. I'm like, all right, look, okay. But I gotta go on set, Stranger Things. I gotta work. She's like, so on one, like, you gonna work? Your wife just had birth. Look, David, you haven't been here in a long ass time with your wife. Okay? Your wife is been missing you. And she didn't birth your damn kids. Four babies to be exact. And you're talking about you gotta go work. I mean, this girl literally was on her damn deathbed. I'm like, I hardly can call it a damn deathbed. I mean, she was having babies. So she's like, David, she is your damn wife. And she needs you. And she can't do this shit by herself. She didn't have these babies by her damn self. Now, who the fuck implant these? She's like, who the fuck implant these damn babies in her? That was your dick inside of my daughter. So I'm like, I never said that I didn't nut inside your daughter, and I never said that she made the babies by herself. I said that she's like, David, I'll go. I'm like, you sure? She's like, I'll go, David, I'll go. I'm like, you sure? It's like, yeah. I mean, David, I'm like, no, you know what? I'm gonna let you stay here for a couple of days, but I'm gonna work. I'm gonna go to this set on Stranger Things and stuff. I promise you, I will be back. Okay, tnerra. It's like, okay. I'm like, you mad at me? She's like, no, of course not. But I do want to talk to you. Mom, can you leave, please? She was like, you want me to leave? She's like, yeah. I mean, what I gotta talk to David about is kind of personal. She was like, okay. So she leaves out, and she's like, David, I know why you haven't been seeing me. Like we talked about it before you disappeared and stuff. But I don't give a fuck what the family thinks anymore. I'm like, I don't either, baby. She's like, then why haven't you been coming back here? If you don't care like you say you do, you say you don't give a shit, right? I'm like, I don't care, baby. She's like, so if you don't care, then why are you like not coming around. I don't get it, baby. Like, I love you. I'm like, I love you too, tnerra. She's like, David, let me just make this plain and simple. The family is never going to understand this shit. All the versions of me, I don't know how many versions of me it is in these different universes. I'm like, there's 5 different tnerras. She's like, yeah, so okay, so they're not gonna understand this shit. And who cares if they're not gonna understand about us being in love or having a damn family? Who cares? The only thing that matters is that I know the truth and I accepted that shit. You know, they don't have to accept it or even understand this shit. So it's like, who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, David, people gonna say what the fuck they gonna say. You can't control what comes out of people's mouths. People gonna say whatever the fuck they gonna say. They gonna call you crazy. They gonna call you out of your mind, whatever. At the end of the day, we know the truth. You know what I'm saying? It's no, we don't have to sit there and try to persuade them like, look, it's really real, like it's the truth. Nobody's making this up. We don't have to sit there and persuade them because even if they found out that it is the fucking truth, they still gonna have shit to say. So it's like, who cares? I don't really care no more. And I know you did all this shit to protect me and to keep the heat off of me and everything. I know why you didn't want to talk about me and your stories and everything. And you kept my name out of it. I know why you did it. Cause you just you know, David, I have never met a man more understanding than you. I was married to Faraji, and he was okay about certain things, but he was never really understanding. You know what I'm saying? And there's things that you had told me or talked to me about. You said if this man had God in his life, you know, why would he be so quick to judge me instead of saying, well, let me sit down and talk to, David and see where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I get what you're saying. Basically, you were saying that Faraji was a hypocrite all along. He was never really following the teachings, which is a lot of damn people out there in the world. They say they following something, but they actions say another damn thing. So I have never met a man that's more understanding than you. And what I'm saying is, David, you don't have to protect me anymore because I don't give a fuck. I love you. And if people fucking think you're a fucking creep or a weirdo, let them think that shit. Who gives a fuck? Because the reality of it is, none of your brothers been in your life. None of your sisters was there for you. None of your cousins, your nephews, none of them really fucking take you seriously. So it doesn't even. I mean, they'll probably take your ass seriously now because you're a big ass celebrity. But it's like you don't even talk to them because you know they fake as shit. So it's like, why sit there and try to, soothe they fucking damn feelings when they already don't give a fuck about you. They already talking bad about you. So it's like, who cares? At the end of the day, who gives a shit? David, I just had your fucking babies in this fucking hospital room that's in your mansion. And we're parents, David. And I'm happy. I'm happy and excited that I birthed your kids. All I'm saying to you is, David, is that I want to be more involved in your life. You don't have to hide, not talking about me or posting me because at the end of the day, who gives a fuck? Because I'm going to tell you, I don't. So I'm like, I know, baby, I know you don't. You want to come with me on set? You want to come to me to Stranger Things? She was like, wait, does your trailer have a bed in it? Cause we can bring the babies. I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay. How we gonna get there? So, I had teleported me, tnerra, and our babies into my truck, and I know that she shouldn't be going out because she just had the babies, but I gave her some, some type of medicine, which is like it's like a potion, and she drunk it. It doesn't make her sleepy. It helps. It numbs the pain, but it makes her feel like it gives her a little bit of energy where she can deal with the babies and still rest up and everything. She'll still have a little energy in her body. You know what I'm saying? So I had to have her drink that before we left, so she can be able to take care of the babies while I'm working, you know, because the baby's gonna need some tender care. So yeah, we get to the set of Stranger Things, and luckily I got there first. So I was able to put tnerra and the babies into the trailer, get them into the room, because it's a big room in the trailer and a bed and everything. She's like, "This bed is so comfortable, baby." I'm like, "Yeah, tnerra, I've really been missing you." She's like, "I miss you too, baby. I want to have sex, but oh my God, can I have sex?" I'm like, "Well, you're not a normal person either, tnerra, so your pussy can heal up very fast, faster than a regular girl can." She's like, "Really? So is that why I'm so horny right now?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's exactly why you feel that way." She's like, "So you're saying we can fuck right now?" I'm like, "Yeah, we can." It's like, "I know I'm gonna regret this because you're probably gonna end up knocking me up again, but fuck it, let's have sex. I mean, the baby's asleep." I'm like, "You sure you can hold your moans?" And it's like, I cannot promise that, but I am definitely wet as shit right now. So I had sex with tnerra. We definitely cut up. The thing about me and tnerra is that tnerra loves sex just as much as I do. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I never met a girl that loves sex like I love sex. Like on my level of loving sex. Like she loves sex just as much as I love sex. You know what I'm saying? Like we both really sexaholics. Like when I'm horny, she's automatically on top of it. It's like I'm ready to go. Like, you know, we can fuck all day, like literally just having sex all day. Me and tnerra can just cut up all day. We have done that before. Like just cutting up, beating like me beating the pussy up, everything. Just having fun with her. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, like I never had a girl like that that was on my level of like having sex a lot. Besides Selena Gomez can go a few rounds, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get back into the story. So after we was done having sex, I'm like, all right, the cat's starting to show up. She's like, all right, baby. I'm like, I love you, girl. It's like, I love you too. I'm like, damn, girl, you look so thick. It's like, David, we just got finished fucking like 2 times. I gotta have a little bit of energy for the babies. You know, I gotta feed them. I'm all right, baby. It's like, all right, just shut the door because I'm still in my panties. So I shut the door and I told her to lock the room door that's in the trailer. So I remember Millie Bobby Brown comes in. She's like, "David, why the hell you ain't come out the trailer? I know you heard my voice out there." I'm like, "Millie, I ain't got time for your shit right now." It's like, "You ain't got time for my shit right now." So I just read on the news that your little wife, tnerra, ain't she your cousin? I'm like, "Yeah, she my cousin." So she's like, "So you impregnated your cousin?" I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, God wrote in the Bible that she's my wife. So yes, yes, I impregnated my cousin. If you want to get that damn technical. She's like, "So how did the babies turn out?" I'm like, "They don't look fucking retarded if that's what you thinking." She was like, "Where are they at?" I'm like, "None of your damn business." She's like, "Oh. Anyway, David, I know you heard my voice out there. You know, you've been really fucking avoiding me lately." I'm like, "Avoiding you? How can I avoid? I'm like, how can I avoid you? Because you always fuck with me when we on set." She's like, "David, why you lied to me and told me you was gonna come to my house and you ain't never come? Like you had me waiting and shit and you ain't never show up." I'm like, "That's because I got busy." She was like, "No, you was never gonna fucking come in the first place. Why would you say you gonna come if you knew you wasn't gonna come?" I'm like, "First of all, I didn't know that I wasn't gonna come." She was like, "Yes, you did. You did know that shit." I'm like, "So you saying I just told you what you wanted to fucking hear?" She's like, "Yes, the fuck you did. And then you come and fuck me in my trailer while we on set. So you love to get your pussy while you on set, but you don't love to spend time with me off set." I'm like, "Look, I told you I got busy." She was like, "David, that is a lame ass excuse, and you know that shit. You think I'm fucking stupid?" So I'm like, "Look, all right, I get what you're saying, but you got a boyfriend though." She's like, "That never stopped you before, and his ass wasn't there." David, you keep playing games with me. And you know what? Until you take me seriously, we will not be fucking on set. So I'm like, "Come here." She's like, "Get off of me, David." So I let her leave out or whatever like that. I let her leave out. And I go in there, you know, I go into the trailer with Mad Max. As I'm walking to the trailer, you know, the girl that played Mad Max on Stranger Things, I'm walking to our trailer. And I remember the black boy that's in the series Stranger Things. He's like, "David, what's up, man?" I'm like, "Hey, what's going on, man?" So he like, so look, David, we trying to go out tonight. I'm like, look, I can't go out tonight. I got a premiere tonight. You know, the good luck Charlie goes to high school. That's the red carpet tonight. He was like, wait, that's tonight? I'm like, yeah, man, that's tonight. You ain't know that? He was like, hell no, I ain't know that shit. So I'm like, well, yeah, it's tonight. He was like, damn, man. Because I was trying to see if we was going to double date. Because see, this girl that I'm dating and shit, she got a cousin. And her cousin bad though. She a big fan of you. And I'm telling you, let me show you what she looked like. You want to see a picture of her? I'm like, yeah, you can show me a picture of her. So he showed me a picture of her. I'm like, damn, she fat as shit. He was like, ain't she fat? That's her cousin. She want to go out like she don't got nobody. This her first time in this town. So my girl, like, I can't go out unless my cousin got a date. And I immediately thought of you. So I'm like, you thought of me. What about Dustin? So he like, man, Dustin got a girlfriend. He ain't gonna wanna fucking go. He ain't gonna wanna go on no double date. Like, come on, man. I need you to spend this for me. Look, all right, fine. The red carpet is tonight. How about this? How about we do it tomorrow? So I'm like, yeah, I can look out for you. Yeah, we can do that tomorrow. He's like, tomorrow, you got me? I'm like, I got you. He's like, you ain't gonna fucking flake on me like you be doing Millie Bobby Brown. I'm like, how do you know about Millie? He was like, man, that girl be coming crying to me all the time, man. Coming crying to me about you all the time. Like, goddamn. She be like talking to me like I'm one of her homegirls and shit. Like crying to me, talking about I'm so sick of his shit. You need to start piping her ass down. I'm like, I did be fucking the shit out of her. He like, man, why can't you need to go to her house and pipe her ass down too? That'll shut her ass up. So I remember Millie like, why are you talking about my problems to him? So he like, because it's about him. Everything you be telling me be about him. So why he can't know? I'm tired of your ass crying to me about his ass. And plus, me and David talking about something. Go take your ass back in the damn trailer. Nobody talking to you. David, you got me tomorrow though, right? So I'm like, yeah. He's like, you ain't gonna flake. I'm like, no, man, I got you. He's like, you got me? I'm like, yeah, I said I got your ass. You don't gotta keep repeating that shit. So he's like, all right, yo, I know you got me. So we filming it. Oh no, I went to the trailer of Mad Max, right? And when she opened the door, she was just like, hi, David. I'm like, damn, girl, you getting thick as hell. It's like, oh, I'm just getting thick, huh? I'm like, yeah. She's like, David, I got something to tell you. You might, I don't know. I'm like, what? She's like, nothing. I'm like, what? Just tell me. What is it? She's like, I think you might have got me pregnant. Well, I am pregnant. I'm like, you are pregnant. She's like, yeah. And I know, like, the last couple of times we've been filming, I haven't been 100% myself on set, and I know a lot of people been noticing it, been asking like, what's wrong with with Max, like why she's acting so weird, like she's not talking to anybody, she's not playing with the cast like she normally do, and that's because I found out I was pregnant and I didn't know how to tell you, and I was scared that you was gonna like not want to fuck with me after you found out you knocked me up. I'm like, you think I'm one of those fathers that run away from responsibilities? She's like, well, I know your character. Like, I know you wouldn't do that per se, but I was still scared to come to you and tell you. I'm like, why would you be scared to come to me and tell me? Like, you think I'm one of them damn fucking males that beat on girls like a UFC fighter? She's like, no, I mean, I don't know why I was scared to tell you, David. To be honest with you, I really don't know why I was so afraid to tell you, but yeah, I was definitely afraid to tell you. So I'm like, well, look, you don't have to be afraid to tell me that you're pregnant. Like, I'm not one of those persons that's unreasonable where I'd be like, oh, well, you're pregnant with my baby, you better get an abortion because I'm not gonna be a father to it. Like, if I if I nutted in you, if I nutted in you, that's my responsibility. Like, if I'm not pulling my dick out on time and I'm coming inside of your guts, I'm definitely aware that something like this is going to happen because I mean, when you come inside of a girl really hard, 9 times out of 10 she's going to get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she like if she got a good egg and she's very fertile. Yeah, 9 times out of 10 that's basically going to happen. So, I mean, I kind of already knew that I was going to get you pregnant. I was just waiting for you to tell me, to be honest with you. I was waiting for you to like let me know that you were pregnant. It's like, really? I'm like, yeah. You still my Mad Max? She's like, yes, I'm still your Mad Max. So I'm kissing on her. She's like, but wait, what's going on with you and Millie? You say you wasn't dating her anymore, and lately you've been spotted going inside of her trailer. So what's all that about? Like, am I your girlfriend or not? I'm like, you are my girlfriend. It's like, so why are you going in her trailer? I'm like, can you explain that to me? So I'm like, baby, I'm just talking to her. I can't talk to her. She part of the cast. She's like, you can talk to her, but you be spending hours in her trailer. What are you doing in there for all those damn hours? Like, you cannot tell me that all y'all been doing is talking in there. There's no way that you only been talking to her in that trailer. Because number one, you dated her before, and number two, you have fucked her before plenty of damn times. So I'm thinking in my damn mind that you're definitely still fucking her. You all up in her spine. I'm like, how do you know that I'm fucking her? She got a boyfriend. She's like, David, I mean, I might be new to this shit, but I know you fucked plenty of girls that had boyfriends. So that never stopped your ass before. So you saying that like that stops you from fucking a girl because they have a boyfriend. I'm not that fucking stupid. I mean, I might be stupid, but I'm not that fucking stupid. So I'm like, okay, I ain't, well, Mad Max, I'm not saying that you're stupid at all, but I'm just saying. She's like, what are you actually saying? I'm like, I'm trying to tell you, like, baby, I'm not doing nothing with Millie Bobby Brown. It's like, so why are you in there for all those hours? If you ain't doing shit with her, why the fuck are you in there for all those damn hours? I'm like, it's like, look, new damn rule. I don't want you going in her trailer. That's it. That's how I feel. I don't want you going in her trailer. I'm like, you don't want me going in her trailer? Like, I don't want you going in her trailer. So I'm like, okay. So I had sex with Mad Max, and I have been dating Mad Max a lot, and people have been seeing me on dates with Mad Max. So yeah, I've been on a date. I've been on, and the funny thing about it is when people see me out with celebrity girls, like if I take them out on a date, they don't talk about them. They only talk about the girls that I don't take on dates. So that's kind of, I think that's kind of weird to me. But anyway, when I left her trailer, I went in the trailer with the girl that played Nancy. She kind of remind me of a white Zendaya. Like, I don't know why she do, but every time I see her, she just reminds me of a white Zendaya. So I'm like, hey, white Zendaya. She's like, stop calling me that. I'm like, what? That's my nickname for you, white Zendaya. She's like, don't call me that. I'm like, all right, can I call you Nancy like in the show? She's like, you can call me Nancy. So I'm like, damn, you so pretty. She's like, David. I'm like, what? She's like, have you thought about what I said about us going public? I'm like, yeah, but I mean, then you say you got a boyfriend. It's like, I was gonna break up with him. I'm like, when? When was you gonna do it? You keep saying you gonna break up with him, and her boyfriend is the boy that plays her boyfriend in the show. They're actually a real couple, right? So she was like, I was gonna break up with him. I'm like, and when were you gonna do it? She's like, he's coming to the trailer right now. Can you just go in the room? I'm like, God damn, what the hell you done got me in this soap opera shit? She's like, David, just go in the room and wait for me. Can you do that for me, please? I'm like, oh, I love when you beg. She's like, you're so nasty. I'll be in there to give you the best pussy of your life. Just wait in the room. It's gonna be well worth the wait. I'm like, all right, well, hurry up, because you know we got to film and stuff. She's like, I know. So he comes in. He was knocking on the door. He was like, Nancy, I've been knocking on the door for almost 15 minutes, girl. What you doing in here? I thought I heard two voices. So she was like, no, you didn't hear two voices. I was talking to myself. So he like, will you become one of them crazy persons that talk to themselves? She's like, yeah, you're funny. Can we talk for a minute? So he's like, yeah, we can talk. What's up? So she like, listen, um, I want to talk to us about, well, I want to talk to you about our relationship. So he's like, yeah, well, what about our relationship? What's up? What about it? So she's like, well, the thing is, I don't think it's really going the way we expected. So he like, I'm not following you. What do you mean it's not going the way we expected? What do you mean by that? I'm not following you. So she like, like the way that we thought it would go, I don't think this relationship is going that actual way. So he's like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Can you be more clearer? What are you actually trying to fucking say? So she's like, well, I guess I'm trying to say that I think I need a break from the relationship. So he like, and why do you need a break? I mean, is it somebody else? So she's like, no, I mean, no, it's nobody else. Why would you say that? So he's like, because why are you coming out the blue saying that you need a damn break? She's like, I'm not coming out the blue and saying that I need a break. So he's like, yeah, you are, because you just planted this shit on me out of the blue. I mean, you wasn't saying this shit last night when we was having sex. She was like, we didn't have sex last night. So he's like, well, when we was getting oral sex to each other. You wasn't saying that when we was pleasuring each other last night. So she was like, I mean, it wasn't really on my mind last night. I mean, it was, but not while we were doing that. So he was like, so if it was on your damn mind, then why the hell you ain't said after we was done? I mean, you could have said it then. She was like, well, I ain't want to ruin the moment. Look, I'm sorry that I'm saying it now, but I just think that I really just need a break. I just need a break. I need a break to focus on me and just to find out what I want. So he's like, oh, not to find me shit. All that, I gotta find me and all that. Oh, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. I already know it gotta be somebody else. So who else is having sex with you? Cause it's definitely not me. Cause lately you haven't been wanting to fuck me. So somebody gotta be having sex with you because you love having sex. So who's having sex with you, Nancy? Because I'm obviously not the man giving you the pleasure. So who is it? Since I'm only good enough to eat your damn pussy, who's having sex with you directly? Who's sticking their dick in you? Because it ain't me. So she like, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And I hope you can be more professional on set because, as of right now, we're not a couple and I don't have to answer to you. So he's like, okay, fine. If this is how you want it, you want to break up? Fine. Okay, we can break up. Fine. So he shut the door. He leaves out or whatever. She's like, David, are you in there? I'm like, yeah, come here. Bring the little skinny ass over here. It's like, David, he might be listening. I'm like, did you lock the trailer door? She's like, yeah, I locked it, David. So I was beating her pussy up, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Her shit was real good. So, and when I busted her, it felt really good. Like her pussy was extra wet, like wetter than usual. So when she turned around, she was like, David, I'm pregnant. She was saying she was pregnant while I was fucking her. And I wasn't really catching that she was saying that she was pregnant while I was beating it up because she was moaning it. And I was like really beating it up real fast. So I couldn't really catch that that's what she was saying until after we was done. I'm like, was you saying that you was pregnant while we was fucking? She was like, yeah. I didn't know how to tell you, but yeah, I am pregnant. Look, David, we've been doing this for a few months now, and I'm like almost 2 months pregnant. I know you've been hearing the cat saying I've been gaining weight. You haven't been noticing it? I'm like, I have been noticing it. I mean, yeah, you have, definitely. She was like, yeah, I'm pregnant, David. I'm 2 months pregnant. I can't hide it no more. I'm having your babies. And I tried to, like, I had to break up with him. And I'm glad you reminded me to do it because he would have found out eventually that he's not the father. So, and we haven't been having sex for like 2 whole months. Last night, the only thing we did sexual is that oral sex. That was the only thing we did sexual. I'm like, that was it. She's like, that was it. He ate me out, and I'm not gonna lie, I did suck him off. But don't, like, I rinsed my mouth out really good, David. I promise you. Like, that was all we did. That was it. We just gave oral sex to each other, and that was it. But he did not have sex with me. So I'm like, okay, and you telling me the truth? She's like, yes, I'm telling you the truth. So I remember, yeah, we had sex, which was like really good, by the way. And Nancy wants to go really public. Like she wants people to know that she's my girlfriend and she really do like me. And I do like Nancy. Like I really like her. Like she reminds me to me now, I don't think that Nancy's like all the way white. I think she's mixed with stuff. But to me, she's like a white version of a Zendaya. That's just my opinion. Like I already know like she's gonna be a really big actress and she's gonna be really huge like Zendaya in a minute. But just give it a minute, give it another year or so. But yeah, she gonna be huge. So Nancy was like, David, can I ask you a question? I'm glad I got you in this bed. I know we about to start like filming the show, but can I ask you a question? I was watching. Me and my friends was watching the show on HBO Max, Creed Cousin, and you were in there. You're the star of it. Was you really fucking Regina Carter? Was they real sex scenes? Cause I mean, they was very exclusive fucking. I'm like, um, yeah, they were real sex scenes. She was like, so it wasn't no stunt devil. You was actually fucking her. I'm like, yeah, every sex scene I do is real sex scenes. So she's like, okay. So have you fucked her off camera? I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I mean, I'm assuming that fucking a girl like that, the way you were fucking her on camera, I'm assuming that you fucked her off camera. So I'm like, what are you saying? It's like, David, I can tell by the look on her face that she was definitely fucking enjoying it. I mean, like, she looked like she came and everything. So I'm like, look, I mean, I'm gonna say that our relationship grew a lot stronger, while we were filming and stuff, and off camera, yeah, we've been seeing each other and hanging out. She was like, so that means you have been fucking her. I'm like, she's like, this is why you don't want to go public. I'm like, look, I don't want to go public right now is because my wife tnerra is back in my life, and she just had my babies, and that's what everybody's kind of talking about online now. And coming out saying I'm dating you, and it's just going to complicate things, make things confusing. She's like, okay. I'm like, but you are my girl. You my baby, right? She's like, yes, baby. I don't want you hiding us for a long time. I get it. Okay, but you promised me after I have the babies or before I have the babies that people will know that we're dating. You will tell them or you'll let me tell them. I'm like, yeah, I promise. You're like, you promise? How about this? I will actually bargain with you. How about my fifth month of me being pregnant? 5 months. When I turn 5 months, is it okay if I tell people about us? I'm like, in 5 months? She's like, yeah, because I'll be 5 months pregnant. I'm like, yeah, yeah, you can tell people. She's like, you're not gonna stop me. I'm like, no, yeah. I mean, you can tell people right now, but I just feel like you should wait to tell them. She's like, okay. So 5 months. I'm like, 5 months. You can tell them. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that sounds like a good deal. She's like, good, okay. So we had sex again, and I'm like turning it up or whatever. And I always love having sex with Nancy. I don't know why. I just love having sex with her. You know what I'm saying? So I leave the trailer, and then I go in there with Erica. Erica is the black girl. Now that's Erica is not her real name. Erica is her name in the show Stranger Things. The black girl that's related to the black boy in the show. Um, so yeah, I call her Erica as like a nickname. So I'm like, "What's up, Erica?" It's like, David, I know why you ain't been wanting to have sex with me. I'm like, why is that? She's like, cause you fucking all these other cast members on set. You fucking Millie Bobby Brown. I know you still fucking Millie Bobby Brown. I'm like, how you know? It's like, David, I know you can't say no to that girl. I don't know why you can't say no to that girl, but you can't say no to her. It's like you have to have some type of sexual relationship with this girl. Like y'all can't say no to each other. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's like I mean, y'all relationship is weird. I mean, like, she got a boyfriend, but she still lets you dick her down. You better watch out before you knock that girl up. So she's like, I know you still fucking Millie. I know you fucking Mad Max. I'm like, how you know I'm fucking Mad Max? She's like, cause Mad Max told me. We was hanging out and she told me that y'all dating. And I was hanging out with Nancy, and Nancy told me that y'all two were a thing. So it made it clear why you don't want to fuck me or stick your dick in me. I'm like, no, the thing is that I do like you, Erica. It's like, you like me. But what, like as a little sister? I'm like, no, I mean, like, I want to fuck you, but, I don't want, I mean, I don't want you to think that all I want to do is fuck you. It's like, I'm not going to think that. I'm like, you're not gonna think that. It's like, no. So we start kissing, and I'm like grabbing her ass, and somebody was knocking on her door. It was Mad Max. So she's like, oh my God, it's Mad Max. I'm like, well, hurry up, cause if you're gonna have sex, or if I'm gonna beat that pussy up, like you gotta hurry up. She's like, all right. So she like go in the room. Just wait for me in the room. So I go in the room and Erica, she opens the door. She like, what do you want, Mad Max? I'm kind of like in the middle of something right now. So she's like, girl, we gotta talk about David. She's like, look, I get it. Like he love you. She was like, how you know he loved me? She's like, because he told me. Like David care about you. She like, he did. He told you that he care. So she like, yeah. I mean, you just tripping for nothing, girl. Like I know you probably think he's still fucking, Millie Bobby Brown. She was like, he is still fucking that girl. He be in there for hours. And you know what he gonna tell me? That they just be talking. You think I actually believe that shit? That's a lie. That's a big ass lie. So she was like, but what if they is just talking? She like, for 2 whole hours. They be in there for 2 whole hours and all they doing is talking. I don't believe that shit. I know that they fucked before and they was in a relationship for a long time. That's stupid. I don't believe that shit. There's no way that I fucking believe that shit. So she was like, all right, but girl, I gotta get ready. So I'm gonna talk to you later when we done like working and stuff. She like, why are you rushing me out of here? She's like, because girl, I gotta get in the wardrobe. So she's like, all right, well, I'll talk to you later. She's like, yeah. So she shut the door and she locked it. I'm like, Erica, bring your little thick ass in here. I'm trying to fuck. It's like, I'm coming. So she takes off her clothes or whatever. I'm like, damn, see, look at that ass, girl. You see that? She's like, well, what are you gonna do with all this ass? So we ended up having sex. I ended up beating it up or whatever. And my first time having sex with Erica, and it was good. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was really good, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I kind of wanted to save Erica, because I really did like Erica. I liked it talking to her and spending a lot of time with her and stuff. And she was definitely ready to have sex a lot of times. She was giving me all the signs that she was ready for me to beat it up. She was definitely giving me them signs. Girls that give you signs when they ready to get fucked. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she was giving me all these signs that she was ready to have sex, and I was just like, I wasn't feeding into them signs, and I think that was definitely pissing her off, because she was like, yo, I know that he's like seeing that I'm ready to, have sex, and he's not feeding into this shit. Like I know he can see this shit. So yeah, that was pissing her off. So she was like, David, I'm so happy we finally had sex. I'm like, yeah, but you do realize that I came in you, right? She's like, yeah. I mean, look, I know that that could mean that I can get pregnant, but David, I mean, girls my age get pregnant all the time. I'm like, so how would you tell your mother? I mean, you still a minor. So she's like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'm like, so you just gonna walk up to your mother and say you're pregnant? It's like, I'm not gonna necessarily walk up to my mother and say I'm pregnant. I'm gonna figure it out. I'll figure it out how to tell her, but I'm not gonna just necessarily walk up to her and be like, oh, I'm pregnant. Like who actually does that shit? Like I'm not gonna do that. Like that's definitely gonna be kind of weird. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. No, fuck no. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah. So we actually had sex again, and then we started filming. Everything went good. See, when you take care of the girls, and me having sex with these girls, giving them what they want before filming, that lets them, like, that gets them more in their character. So everybody did good. Everybody did good filming and having fun and stuff. So it was time for us to like take our break. And the black boy was like, yo, David. I'm like, what? He's like, yo, I just want to let your ass know. He was like, I don't know what you doing with these damn girls in this fucking damn show. I'm like, what you mean? He's like, I know you fucking all of them. I'm like, what you mean? Like, David, I just want to let your ass know that this shit is dangerous as shit. What you doing? Fucking all the fucking girls that's in the show. Like, that's who actually does some shit like that. That shit gonna come back to bite you in the ass. I'm like, look, I know what I'm doing. He was like, you know what you're doing? Well, let me let you know. If you decide to just fuck one of them, the other ones are gonna get pissed the hell off. You gonna have to always fuck them. I just wanna let you know that you gonna have to always have sex with every last one of them bitches before we start filming. All the time. You can't miss a beat. You just gotta do it. If you decide to just fuck one of them and forget about the rest of them, then you gonna have all the rest of them mad and not wanting to get into their character, all because you ain't want to fuck them. And it's gonna be all your damn fault. So I'm like, okay, thank you for putting all that damn pressure on me. He was like, I ain't putting all that damn pressure on you, but you did it to your damn self. I'm just letting you know that what you're doing is dangerous as shit. So I'm like, all right. He's like, but we still on for tomorrow. I'm like, how the hell you gonna say all that and then gonna ask me is we still on for tomorrow? He's like, because that girl that you gonna be dating, she ain't part of the fucking cast. That's totally different. So I'm like, oh, it's different, huh? He's like, yeah. So we still on for tomorrow though, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right. So I go in there. I go in there to check up on my wife tnerra. So I'm like, tnerra, what the hell you watching? She's like, The Hangover. I'm like, oh, you watching The Hangover? It's like, yeah, this shit is so funny. I ain't watched this movie in so long. Oh my god, this brings back so many memories. Remember when I used to watch the second one, The Hangover, Hangover 2? I used to watch that all the time. I'm like, yeah, I remember that, tnerra. She was like, you ain't like that movie, did you? I'm like, no, I wasn't impressed. She's like, you wasn't impressed. I'm like, I mean, I did like the first one. The first one was definitely a banger. You know, the first one was pretty good. I don't know. I really didn't. I really wasn't like into the whole franchise of The Hangover. Like, Hangover 2 was alright. It was good, but it wasn't. It wasn't like the first one. The first one is always gonna be a classic. She's like, "Yeah, you right, you right." I'm looking at the first one. I'm like, "You are?" It's like, "Yeah." Are you done filming for today? I'm like, I gotta film a little bit more, but then after that we'll be done. She's like, okay. I'm like, so do you want me to take you back to the house? She's like, I thought you was taking me to the house with Jenna. I'm like, yeah, yeah. She's like, okay, just okay, well that's fine. So I'm like, all right. So I remember, me and tnerra had sex because she was like horny as hell. I'm like, tnerra, you literally just had my babies. How many times you want me to beat it up? She's like, David, I don't care because I already know you will end up getting me pregnant. So it's gonna happen, David. It says in the new Bible that we're gonna have a lot of kids. So David, I know that you're gonna end up knocking me up. It's better sooner than later. Like it's gonna happen. Like I already know it. So it's like, why not? Like I love sex, you love sex. So it's like, why not? I actually got used to carrying babies. I'm like, so you saying if I knock you up again, you're not gonna be mad? It's like, no, because I already know we're gonna have a lot of kids. So I'm like, okay. She's like, so I want some dick. So stop hiding my dick. I want it. So we start having sex and I'm beating it up or whatever. And yeah, it was really good. tnerra, see the thing about tnerra, her pussy can heal up really quick because she's not actually a regular girl either. So tnerra is Mother Nature. So tnerra, she can control the weather, she can control the time, she can control the day, the night. She can control all that shit. And until she master how to really use her powers, because she haven't really mastered it yet. But when she do, she'll know how to control it. All she knows is when she's thinking about it being sunny outside, it'll be sunny. If she wants it to rain, if she's like feeling sad, then it'll rain. You know what I'm saying? If she's like really angry, then it'll thunder and rain. All this stuff, she can do that. I mean, I can do that shit too, but that's her job to really control all that shit. So she's not really a normal girl either. But yeah, she's the only girl that's not a regular girl because she's actually my soulmate. So so after we was done having sex and I'm beating it up or whatever, and she's just like, oh, David, I'm sweating like fucking crazy. I'm like, you are, baby. I gotta go to the red carpet tonight. She's like, I know. And I want to go so bad, but I know we just like I just literally had your babies, so I mean somebody got to be here with you, with our kids. I'm like, yeah, somebody got to be here with our babies. So I remember, I go back out there, and I was filming and having fun, filming these scenes for Stranger Things, and then we were done for the day. So I go in there with Nancy, and I'm like, damn, you so damn thick. It's like, David, did Millie Bobby Brown see you coming here? I'm like, I don't think so. It's like, I thought she seen you, like, she was looking right at us. I'm like, she was? She's like, I thought she was, like, looking at us kissing before we went into the trailer. Look, I don't really care if she finds out about us. I mean, because she has a boyfriend anyway. So it's like, who cares? Like, I don't care. I'm like, you sure? It's like, no, because she's in a relationship. Only thing I'm worried about is if she tells my ex-boyfriend, because he is in the show too. So it's like if she tells him that we were kissing on set, that's probably gonna make him pissed off. Like, oh, David stole my girl. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, but you know what? I don't care. I'm like, you sure? It's like, no. I mean, if he finds out, he just finds out we're dating. So I ended up having sex with Nancy. I was tearing her ass up. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. So and the first time I met Nancy, she was playing hard to get. I mean, she was playing hard to get, for because she was on set. She was really quiet, like so quiet. Like she was just like reading a book and like really quiet, looking at me interact with the cast and stuff from Stranger Things. But then it was like one morning, she kind of broke out of her shell, and it was just me and her on set, and we were just talking. One thing led to another. We ended up having sex before the cast came, you know what I'm saying? And then that kind of led to us having a relationship, without nobody knowing. But yeah, that's pretty much how that went down. But anyway, back to the story. So I'm like, all right, look, I gotta go to my red carpet. I gotta get ready for it. It's like, for that Good Luck Charlie. I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, I want to go, but are you bringing anybody like there with you? I'm like, why don't you be my date? I come pick you up. It's like, really? You fucking with me? I'm like, I'm serious. Like, so that means people will know that we're dating. Okay, all right. I'm like, you'll get ready for me. It's like, yeah, you gonna sweat my hair out. I know you are, cause you love fucking. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna beat it up before we get there. It's like, all right, I'm not gonna do too much to my hair, cause I already know you gonna be turning it up. Like you love fucking, so I'm not gonna do too much to my hair. So I'm like, all right. She's like, all right, baby. Well, I guess I'll see you in a few hours. I'm like, yeah. So I'm leaving out. I'm getting to tnerra, and Millie Bobby Brown goes into the trailer with Nancy. Because Nancy had left her trailer door open or whatever. So Millie Bobby Brown, she walks in and she's like, Nancy, I know you in here. She's like, who is that? Is that David? She's like, it's not David. It's Millie Bobby Brown. So she's like, oh, Millie, what are you doing in here? So she was like, I had to shut the damn door. Don't worry, I'm not going to tell your ex-boyfriend about you fucking my boyfriend. It's like, David is not your boyfriend. You have a boyfriend. And why should it matter what me and David are doing anyway? Y'all not in a relationship. Yeah, so what? He probably fucked you a few times. Yeah, he told me. So what? But he's not your boyfriend. And until you dump your actual fucking boyfriend, David is not shit to you. Just someone that's fucking you. So you don't own him. He's my boyfriend. So I don't care what you tell my ex-boyfriend. You go tell him that me and David are dating. I'm not even with him anymore. I broke up with him, so it's not like I'm actually cheating on him. So you can go tell him whatever the fuck you want. It's like, you know what I can't figure out? You might have broke up with him today, but that means that you and David been fucking while you were dating your boyfriend. That means that you were actually cheating on him. So she was like, so what? But I'm not cheating on his ass now because I'm not with his ass now. So she's like, you might not be with him now, but when you were with him, David was screwing your ass, wasn't he? He was sticking his dick in you, and you look a little plump. So that means that he probably got you pregnant. I know that look. You look a little glowy. You got that glowy look on you. Your skin is very shiny. So she's like, what is that supposed to mean? She's like, I know you pregnant. You don't gotta hide it from me. I can see it in your stomach. So she's like, yeah, so what? David got me pregnant. She's like, what I can't understand is why, how couldn't your boyfriend figure that shit out? Is he that fucking stupid? So she's like, look, I don't care. He's not my boyfriend no more. So she's like, so you and David are a thing. She's like, yeah, I'm his girlfriend. She's like, mm-hmm. So I remember Mad Max had comes in the trailer. She's like, Millie, can I talk to you for a minute? So she's like, for what? I'm in the middle of something right now. She's like, no, I need to talk to you on my trailer. It's important. So she's like, okay, fine. So she go in there. She goes into the trailer with Mad Max. She was like, look, I didn't mean to like, I don't know what y'all was talking about in there. It's none of my business. But I just want to know, what do you and David be talking about in your trailer for like 2 hours and stuff? She's like, why the fuck you want to know? It's none of your damn business. Why you want to know? So she's like, because I want to know. She's like, wow, are y'all fucking? Are y'all a thing? So she's like, actually, we have been fucking. And David haven't, he didn't want me to tell you, but you know what? I don't care. We have been fucking, and I don't like him having sex with you. And I mean, like, you already have a boyfriend. She's like, why is everybody saying that? She's like, because it's true. You have a boyfriend, you're in a relationship, and sometimes he comes on set. So I'm saying, like, if you're already in a relationship with somebody, why do you have to have David too? She's like, because I had his ass first. Because I had him first. So she's like, you might have had him first, but I got him now. So she's like, girl, you're supposed to be my best friend. You're supposed to be my best friend, and you telling me that you're dating my ex-boyfriend? So she's like, yeah, I'm glad that you're realizing that he's your ex-boyfriend. So she's like, you know what? You know what I realized? You can't trust no bitch. You can't trust anybody. Everybody has stabbed your ass in the back. I'm starting to realize that shit. So she was like, ain't nobody stabbed you in the back, Millie. Nobody stabbed you in the back. She's like, you went behind my back and started fucking my ex-boyfriend. So you basically stabbed me on my back. So she's like, I didn't stab you in your fucking back. She's like, yes, you did. You didn't tell me about it until fucking now. So she was like, you know what? I thought I would be nice by telling you, but I don't have to tell you shit. But you know what? Yes, me and David have been fucking. And you know what? We're about to start a family. So she's like, what? Excuse me? What do you mean start a family? She's like, I'm pregnant. So she's like, okay, you know what? I don't need this shit. So she leaving out or whatever like that, and she goes to his trailer and slams the door. So I remember I take tnerra to get something to eat and all that, and then I take her to the mansion with Jenna Ortego and her sister and mother, and Jenna was like, "Hey, baby, oh are you tnerra?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm tnerra. We just had the babies. I mean, I know you see me in a wheelchair. I can't really walk and stuff." She's like, "Oh, these are the babies? They newborns. They're so pretty." Okay, so I'm like, "Look, tnerra's gonna be staying here. You know that, right?" She's like, "Yeah. I mean, you told me that when she had the babies that she's gonna move in. You did tell me. Like, I know." I'm like, "You did?" She's like, "David, of course I know." So I'm like, "Okay." So I take tnerra to her room and everything with the babies, and she's like, "David, I want you to have fun, at the red carpet." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have fun, tnerra. You okay, baby?" She's like, "I will be. I miss you so much. I'm so happy that I'm here." I'm like, "I'm happy that you're here too, baby. Damn, you look so thick." It's like, you know what? You ain't never gonna leave if you keep on fucking me. You ain't never gonna leave if you keep on sticking your damn dick in me. You know that? You know that, right? I'm like, okay. It's like, you better go ahead and go to that red carpet, because you ain't never gonna leave this damn mansion if you keep on having your way with me. And I definitely will let you. So I'm like, okay. It's like, somebody got to feed the damn babies and change them. So I'm like, okay. She's like, and there's four of them too. So I remember I did end up having sex with my wife tnerra, and then I had sex with Jenna Ortego. So Millie Bobby Brown calls me up crying. It's like, you ain't shit, David. You ain't shit. So I'm like, what are you talking about now? What are you accusing me of now? She's like, you know what I'm accusing you of. And I ain't accusing you. You did it. What are you talking about? Nobody had to accuse you. She's like, nobody had to accuse you of something you already did. You know what you did. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I did. You on the phone saying that I ain't shit. I don't know what I actually did. Why don't you fucking enlighten me? She's like, oh, I need to enlighten you. I need to enlighten you. You're the one that needs to enlighten me. So I'm like, look, I don't have time for this shit. I'm on my way to the red carpet. I gotta go pick up somebody. She's like, oh, would it be your girlfriend Nancy? I'm like, look, I'm on my way to you, girl. So I go to Millie. Millie is crying. She got all these tears down her eyes. She's like, I'm not going on set tomorrow. You won't see me. I'm like, baby, what is wrong? It's like, you don't want me. You just tell me what you want to hear so you can fuck me. So I'm like, baby, that's not true. She's like, then why is Nancy pregnant? Why is she having your baby? Why did I see you kissing her after we were done filming, going inside of her trailer? Oh, you didn't think I was going to find out? Why the fuck did Mad Max confirm that y'all two were fucking? Why did she tell me that she's pregnant too? Oh, you just been having a field day with your dick. I'm like, look, I know that this probably looks bad on both ends, but baby, I promise you, it's not what it looked like. She's like, it is what it looks like. You're screwing both of them. It's exactly what it looks like. And stop telling me it's not what it looks like. Because it obviously is. Because they was right in my damn face telling me what it looks like. So don't tell me it's not what it looks like when I already know what it looks like. So I'm like, look, I'm sorry that you had to find out that way about Nancy and Mad Max. She's like, do you love him? I'm like, I loved you. But you chose your bed. You chose who you wanted to be with. She's like, David, that's not fair. I'm like, it is fair. Because I had gave you my heart plenty of times and you just went right back to your boyfriend. So how can I trust that? I mean, how can I put my full trust in that? You want me to, but I can't. When every time I try to put my trust in you, you go right back to your boyfriend. When I'm thinking we getting serious, you go right back to your boyfriend. She's like, you right, David. I have fucked you over a lot. You right. Maybe this is my fucking karma. You right, David. And I'm sorry. But I realize that I love you and I don't want to lose you. I'm like, but you still have a boyfriend. It's like, okay, how about this? You do whatever you want with those girls, but you still like we can like be together and like give me time to break up with him. I need time to do it. Work with me. But I don't want to lose you. I still want to be your girlfriend. I'm like, so you won't be mad about Nancy. She's like, David, I'm mad that you fucking her. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm definitely mad that you're sticking your dick in her, and especially Mad Max. Because that girl was like my damn best friend. So it's like she was like my sister. So it's like, yeah, I'm actually pissed off about it, but I'm not gonna be mad at you because I have fucked you over a lot and lied to you to your face. And maybe this is my karma coming back for me. And all I know is that I do want to work things out with you. And I need you to work with me with this. Like, I don't want you to give up on me. Because I do love you and I do care about you. I mean, David, if I didn't care about you or love you, do you think I would be getting jealous of you fucking Nancy or are you fucking Mad Max? Do you think I'd be getting pissed off or be crying? Like, David, I obviously have feelings for you. The feelings are definitely there. And I know you can see it. So I'm like, I can see it. So it's just like, I'm saying to you, like, David, I never stopped caring. She's like, I never stopped caring about you. I never stopped loving you. And I know you probably think that I did, but I never stopped caring about you and loving you. I do love you. It's just that every time that I was with you, I got scared. I got scared that you would leave me for another girl. I mean, there's so many celebrity girls that's on your dick. And I mean, like, I just get scared that you would forget about me. So me being scared, having that feeling that you would leave me for another famous girl, I would just go right back to my ex-boyfriend to, to play the safe card, to just play it safe and just be like, well, he can't hurt me if I'm back with my ex-boyfriend. Look, you are always the man that I truly wanted, David. And I know that you probably think that I didn't feel that way, but every time that we work together, I can't be without you. You know how I feel. I make it noticeable how I feel about you. So I'm like, I feel that same way about you, Millie. You know I do, baby. He's like, you do? So you never stop loving me either? I'm like, no, of course not. She's like, good, because I know you probably don't want to hear this. And you probably gonna think this is crazy, but I'm pregnant too. I'm like, no, you're not. It's like, yes, I am. I just didn't know when to actually tell you. I'm like, but you having sex with your boyfriend. She's like, not entirely true. I mean, we've been having the most sex, and by the time that I get to my boyfriend, I'm not even, like, I don't even have the energy to have sex with him. After we done having sex and doing all the stuff we do, I don't even have the energy to give him any sex, and I don't be wanting to. So it's like, that's not entirely true. We haven't been having sex. I'm like, so you saying that? It's like, yeah, I'm pregnant, David, and yeah. I mean, the only girl that I haven't seen you fucking on set is that Erica girl. You know, the black girl? I'm like, It's like, yeah, that's the only girl I haven't seen you with. I'm hoping you not fucking her too. I'm like, no, I mean, why would I be fucking Erica? It's like, I'm just saying, I'm just asking. All right. So I did end up having sex with Millie Bobby Brown. And then I went to go pick up Nancy. So Nancy, she gets in the car, we kissing and stuff like that. She's like, David, she's like, David, I just got into the biggest fight I ever can get into with my ex-boyfriend. I'm like, well, what happened? She was like, so he seen us kissing going into my trailer. And he was like, he came over here yelling, David, I don't want to come back home. Like, I don't feel safe. I think he's going to try to kidnap me or something. You didn't see the look in his eyes. You did not see what I seen when he was at my door. And he was inside of my house. And I was very fucking scared. I'm like, you was like, yes, because I thought he was going to kill me or something. So he comes in and he's just like, you lied to me. You told me that you wasn't seeing anybody, but yet you and David are clearly hooking up. And, I just told him that I was pregnant. I had to tell him the truth. I told him that, I'm having your babies, that we've been doing this for the past few months. We've been having sex and hooking up. And I just told him the truth. And I told him that I'm in love with you and that I want to, get married and have more of your babies. And he was really pissed off. He trashed my house. He broke my TV. I mean, like, he was really angry. But I just was like, you know what? You want to know the truth. I'm not going to sit here and keep hiding it from you. I'm not a little girl. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm gonna just put it out there. You want to know the truth? You want to know, like you saying you want to know the truth? I'm gonna give it to you. And I told him the truth. I told him everything he wanted to know, and he ain't take it well. I mean, he definitely ain't take it well. He broke mostly all my TVs in my house. I'm like, what? Wait, he was just running around breaking TVs. You're like, David, he just really he was angry, like really angry, and I was like, it's best if he just take his anger out on my furniture than me. So I let him go ahead and break my damn TVs. So he broke my TVs, broke mostly a lot of furniture in my house. I'm like, so okay. I mean, you can go back to one of my apartments. You don't have to go back there. It's like, well, that's what I was saying. I was telling you I don't want to go back there, baby. I'm like, okay, all right, okay, we'll take care of that. She's like, so I remember we had sex before we go to the red carpet. We like having sex. I'm literally turning her ass up. Like, I'm fucking the shit out of her. I'm not gonna lie to you. In this car, I'm just beating it up. So I just remember after we was done having sex, me and Nancy, we get out the car, and everybody sees me and Nancy. Like they taking pictures of me and her. They like David is dating the girl Nancy from Stranger Things. What the hell? He just pulled up with the girl Nancy from Stranger Things. Everybody just kept saying it. All these damn reporters. So they taking all these pictures of me and her. So the interviewers, they walk up to us. They're like, David, so this is another, I know this is going to be another banger. So this is another series that you're starring in that you wrote and produced. Good luck, Charlie goes to high school. Now, before we talk about your new project, what we're here for, um, we can't help but notice that you showed up with Nancy from Stranger Things. Can you elaborate? Um, you know what? Is it okay if we ask her, a few questions? So I'm like, yeah, yeah. I mean, sure. So they was like, so Nancy, look, we wanted to say yes. So they was like, yes, what? She was like, yes, I'm his girlfriend. I know that's what you wanted to know. I mean, I just thought I would just get straight to the point. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. What do you think? We got out of the same car. Like, what do you think? Yeah, we're dating. I'm his girlfriend. I'm not going to sit on camera and lie and act like I'm just his friend. I'm his girlfriend. So, is that what you wanted to hear? So, they were like, "Well, damn, you got straight to the point." She's like, "I mean, I'm not gonna keep, I'm not gonna keep on, tiptoeing around it. I mean, yes, I'm his girlfriend." So they're like, "Okay, now, David, there are rumors that you're dating the girl Mia from Good Luck Charlie, the girl that plays Charlie. There's rumors that you're dating in real life." So Nancy, like, why would you ask him that question? I just admitted to you that I'm his girlfriend, and then you're gonna ask him about another damn girl. So he was like, I'm only doing my job. I'm only doing my job. This is what I get paid for. So she's like, so you get paid to be a fucking asshole? You get paid to be an asshole because I didn't know that they pay assholes to do shit like this. So he was like, look, I'm just asking the question that everybody wants to know. Look, yeah, you did admit that you're his girlfriend and no one's taking that title away from you. So she's like, you know what, you can just, David, let's just walk away from him because he's really starting to piss me off. Because why would he ask you that if he just heard me say that I'm your girlfriend? He literally just heard me say that shit. So I'm like, yeah, you know how reporters are. She's like, David, that was so fucking disrespectful. That was very disrespectful. So I'm like, yeah, it was. She's like, so I remember we have sex, me and Nancy, we cut up, and then I go get seated. Like I seat Nancy down, and then I get up, and I see Mia. She's like, I see Mia. She like gets up and go to the bathroom. So I go in there with Mia, and I'm like, Mia, can I talk to you for a minute, baby? She's like, oh, now I'm your baby. I'm like, come here, girl. It's like, why are you showing up with the girl from Stranger Things? What, you fucking her too? I'm like, look, baby. She's like, look, you don't want me. You only want me when we're filming. I'm like, that's not true, baby. She's like, then how come you never answer none of my phone calls lately? I'm like, what? She's like, well, I've been trying to tell you that there's a little critter in me. I'm like, a little critter? What do you mean by that? It's like, I'm pregnant. I've been trying to tell you for the past few weeks now. I'm like, you have? It's like, yeah. And if you would have known that, if you would have answered your phone, it's like, you got all the sex out of me. And I'm like, that's not true. I've been thinking about you a lot. She's like, you have? And what you been thinking about? So I'm like, how beautiful you turned out. She's like, you're just saying that. I'm like, I want to have sex with you. She's like, you want to have sex with me right now? I'm like, yeah. It's like, but the premiere is about to start. I'm like, I want to fuck you. It's like, you. But what if somebody comes in here? I'm like, let's go to my truck. I want to beat it up so bad. It's like, all right, let's go to your truck. So we go to my truck and I'm having sex with her, with Mia. And I'm like, turn her ass up, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it is really good. I have been thinking about Mia. And she, Mia is the girl. She plays Charlie. She plays the baby Charlie. But she's like 19 years old now. She's like almost 20. So she like, David, do you really want me? I'm like, yeah, I want you. It's like, but how come you never answer the phone when I call you? every time I call you, like, you never answer the phone. I mean, I know you're busy, but you can still answer the phone and let me know you're still alive. I'm like, I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like, and we're going to be filming in another month or so. We're going to be starting on she's like, we're going to be starting on season two. So it's like, I just want to know where we stand, David, with all this shit. Like, where do we stand? Where do I stand? Am I still your girl, or do you look at me as your girlfriend? I'm like, yeah, of course I do. I mean, baby, I know I ain't been answering the phone and stuff. It's like, yeah, you haven't. I mean, I'm afraid that I'm gonna go through this pregnancy alone, and I don't want to because I didn't make this baby by myself. I mean, not entirely. I know I got something to do with it, a half of it, but I mean, the other half goes to you. I'm like, okay. I mean, have you told your mom and stuff? She's like, yeah, they know. They know I'm pregnant. They actually told me that I needed to tell you tonight and stop hiding it. Like, I needed to let you know that I'm pregnant, that you're gonna be a father. They was like, you better tell him that he got you pregnant. You better let him know that he got you pregnant and that you're not going through this damn pregnancy by yourself because you didn't make this damn baby by yourself. And that's true. I didn't make it by myself. I didn't force you to like come inside me or whatever. You decided to do that with your dick. And you decided to not wear a condom too. All of these were your decisions, not mine. It's not like I was like, oh baby, you can fuck me without a condom. I never said that. You decided that that's what you wanted, right? So this is your responsibility too, not just mine. So I'm like, I get it. She's like, so you know, now you know that I'm pregnant and you need to start answering your phone when I call you, not just when you want to fuck me. I'm like, okay, I can understand that. So yeah, we did end up having sex again in the car. By the time we had went back, the premiere was kind of over, and so Nancy was like, "Where was you at for all that damn time? Like it's over now." I'm like, "Did you enjoy it?" It's like, "Yeah, it was really good, but where the fuck were you at? And where was that girl to play Charlie at? Like everybody was looking for her." So I'm like, "Oh, I don't know. I mean, look, I gotta talk to you when we get in the car." It's like, okay. So we get in the car. I'm like, "Look, Nancy, me and Mia had a thing while we were filming." She's like, "Is it? Damn, how many co-stars are you fucking, David? Like, damn." I'm like, "Look, I know, but look, we had a thing, and we was just talking, and she told me that she's pregnant too, and we were talking about a lot of things." Like, wait, you got her pregnant too? I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh my God, David, you gonna have a lot of baby mothers. I'm like, look, it's like you need to start strapping your damn dick up. You just need to do it. You need to put protection on that damn big dick. You have to because you got good ass sperm and your sperm, and because it's not a normal sperm, you can easily get a girl pregnant like really fucking quick. Even if they thought they couldn't get pregnant, like you need to start putting a lid on that shit. Like because you just keep busting in bitches and they just keep. I mean, they just popping up pregnant, all bitches. So I'm like, okay, it's like I'm not going to dump you from, because I know that, I mean, that's your past or whatever. Like, I get it, but you still love me, right? I'm like, yeah, of course, baby. So I'm gonna have to stop this episode with me being with Nancy, the girl from Stranger Things. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Hoping that y'all thugging and clutching with me. Shout out to Netflix. The 20-part biopic story of my life is coming. We filming, we getting it in. My album is coming March the 10th on my website. My new single is out, Tutti Frutti. That's number one on the charts in the parallel universe.